From hognoses and rhinoceros vipers to flying snakes and sabre-toothed serpents, here are 16 of the most mind-blowing snake species. Number 16. Conception Bank Silver Boa. In 2016, a new species of boa constrictor was discovered on Conception Island Bank, a remote island in the Caribbean. Named for its metallic color, researchers analyzed tissue samples of the animal and confirmed this species was indeed previously unknown. Researchers identified 20 of these snakes over the course of 2 expeditions to the Caribbean islands. Measuring over 3 feet long, which is about a meter, they're mostly arboreal and favor the silver palm tree. Even though they're a relatively recent discovery, the snakes are already critically endangered. That's largely due to the illegal pet trade and habitat loss. Number 15. Hognose snakes. Despite the intriguing name, this snake doesn't appear all that unique. Not until it's threatened, that is. Its upturned snout is largely used for digging into the soil. But when the creature detects a threat, it will hiss and then inflate its neck to resemble the hood of a cobra. But they're nowhere near as dangerous as that species. In fact, they only pretend to strike. It's all part of a bluff strategy, as it delivers a type of headbutt to an attacker. If that doesn't work, these snakes are known to essentially play dead. They'll even let their tongue hang out of their mouth and release a foul-smelling stench. They're found from North to South America and in Madagascar. Number 14. Tentacled snake. It's the only member of its genus and is native to Southeast Asia. The aquatic reptile gets its name from the odd, fleshy protuberances found on the snout. Researchers have found that the fleshy shapes serve a mechanosensory function. They detect movements made in the water, enabling the animal to quickly strike as fish pass by. Experts say it takes a mere 15 milliseconds to capture its prey. But in case that's not fast enough, this reptile has another strategy. It darts in one direction to make the fish dart in the opposite direction. The snake anticipates the fish's path and angles its head to snatch its meal. This small critter can stay submerged for up to 30 minutes without taking a breath. Number 13. Iridescent shieldtail. It's thought to be one of the most colourful snakes in the world and is endemic to India. A bright yellow stripe transverses the creature's iridescent back to belly. To date, not much is known about this critter in the wild. Only 3 individuals of this species have ever been found. Number 12. TITANOBOA. Its name pretty well sums up this creature. The titanic boa was found in present-day Colombia, where it lived some 60 million years ago during the Middle to Late Paleocene. Experts say its fossils indicate the massive reptile would have been around 42 feet long, 13 meters, and weighed some 2,500 pounds. That's over 1,100 kilograms. But those estimates can vary wildly. Owing to its large size, it was probably easier for it to move in the water as opposed to land. In the prehistoric rainforest, it likely fed on the crocodiles that lived there. Some experts claim that after such a feeding, the big snake wouldn't need to eat again for a year. Since it was a constrictor snake, TITANOBOA could dislocate its jaws to consume prey larger than its head. Modern-day boas and anacondas display similar behaviour, but it could also exert 10 times the pressure of today's anacondas. Number 11. Eyelash vipers. Vipers have a number of strange members in their family, and this is one of them. The eyelash pit viper is an arboreal serpent found in Central and South America. The common name comes from the pointed scales over their eyes that can resemble eyelashes. They can show up in some vivid colours, including yellow, silver, purple, and green. Experts say the coloration can allow them to blend in with flowers or banana bunches. But the exact purpose of those so-called eyelashes is still a mystery. What do you think? Number 10. Rubber boa. They're so named for their loose skin, which is often wrinkled and displays smooth and shiny scales. That gives them a rubbery feel and appearance, which makes them easily identifiable. They're found in a wide range of habitats, from grasslands and forests to high alpine locations some 10,000 feet above sea level, or 3,000 meters. Along with their unusual skin, there are a few other things that set this species apart. At less than 3 feet, 84 centimeters, they're one of the smallest species of boa. They're adept at burrowing, climbing, and swimming. And these snakes are so docile that they've often been used for helping people deal with their fear of snakes. Some of our sources claim that rubber boas are known for never having struck at or bitten a human under any circumstance. Number 9. Worm snakes. Measuring about 11 inches or 28 centimeters, these snakes are small enough to be mistaken for earthworms, hence the common name. Not only do they appear like worms, they also favor the same type of moist soil. One big difference is that these snakes mainly prey on earthworms in addition to slugs. Experts say these reptiles occur across a great range of North America, but you've probably never seen one. That's because they're burrowing creatures that prefer to reside underneath rotting stumps or logs. And they're very slow-moving animals, traveling less than 50 yards, 45 meters within a 24-hour span. If you really want to see one, herpetologists say they'll usually emerge after a heavy rainfall. Number 8. Egg-eating snakes. These reptiles native to sub-Saharan Africa get their common name from an obvious behaviour. They love to eat eggs. In fact, that's all they eat. At night, they will slither up trees to raid bird nests. Its jaws are almost toothless, so the snake uses specialised ridges in its mouth to grasp the shell of an egg. Once swallowed, the egg is punctured by spine-like structures in its esophagus, and the contents are sent to the snake's stomach. After that, the empty shell is regurgitated whole. They not only eat with their mouths wide open, the snakes deliver open-mouthed strikes as well. Measuring some 46 inches or 120 centimeters, egg-eating snakes are also found in Saudi Arabia and various countries of the Middle East. Number 7. Spider-tailed horned viper. Endemic to western Iran, this species of viper has a head that resembles other members of its family. But it's a different story at the other end of its body. The snake's tail has a bulb-like structure with long, drooping scales on either side. That gives the tail an arachnid-like appearance, which is used for luring in birds that prey on spiders and insects. Once the victim is close enough, the snake will strike and feed. Did you know there are several other snake species like sidewinders and adders that use their tails as a luring device? But this is the only species with a tail that approximates the appearance of an arthropod. Number 6. Burrowing asp. These snakes from Africa in the Middle East get their common name because they spend so much time underground. But you might also call it a sabre-toothed snake. That's because their large, venomous fangs protrude from their mouth, not unlike those of a sabre-toothed cat. They can actually deliver a bite without opening their mouth. Not only that, their fangs are flexible enough to move independently of one another. It can kill prey sideways with one fang and use the others to manipulate the body into its mouth. We mentioned saber-toothed snake as another possible name for these critters, but experts really do call them side-stabbing snakes thanks to their unusual fangs and means of attack. Number 5. Barbados threadsnake. This small serpent is native to the island country in the Caribbean, but you probably guessed that. This particular species of blind threadsnake measures about 4 inches, that's 10 centimeters. That makes it tiny enough to fit on the surface of a US quarter. Because its eyes are nearly useless, the critter uses its tongue to sense or taste the air around it. Experts think it's likely the smallest size a snake can attain and still manage to survive. Number 4. GABOON viper. All vipers are known for being venomous and for having relatively large, hollow fangs that are hinged. That allows the animal to deliver deep bites to deliver their toxin. Maybe the deadliest example of this is the GABOON viper. It's native to Africa and has the longest known fangs of any snake, not just vipers. Their fangs measure about 2 inches long, that's 5 centimeters, and can inject the highest venom yield of any serpent. These beasts can open their mouths almost 180 degrees to deliver a deadly strike. Number 3. Rhinoceros viper. It's easy to see how this snake gained its name. The horn-like snails on the animal's nose resembles the horns of a rhino. This venomous viper species is found in forests of West and Central Africa. Along with its unique horns, the critter is known for its striking coloration, and many consider it among the most beautiful of snakes. But these creatures can measure more than 3 feet long, and are one of the deadliest snakes in Africa. Their fangs can deliver a deep bite, and their venom is hemotoxic. It attacks the circulatory system of their victim and destroys blood vessels and tissue. Number 2. Flying snakes. The good news is, these reptiles from Southeast Asia do not actually have wings, but they can still travel through the air by gliding. By pushing themselves against rough tree bark, they can make a vertical climb. Once they arrive at the end of a tree branch, the reptile will thrust itself into the air. The snake pushes out its ribs and sucks in its belly, making its body flat and wide, which creates a pseudo-concave wing. It can then glide through the air as it makes a slithering motion. The motion serves to stabilize them as they glide for distances up to nearly 330 feet, 100 meters. That's better than flying squirrels that glide for around 200 feet, 61 meters from tree to tree. While the snakes are venomous, they aren't considered to be dangerous to humans. Number 1. Rough-scaled bush viper. Because its bristle-like scales can almost appear like feathers, this highly venomous snake is sometimes called the feathered tree viper. Like all of their kind, these vipers inject their venom with long, hinged fangs. It's a neurotoxic substance that can be potentially fatal to humans by inducing severe hemorrhaging of internal organs. Along with their venom and their bristly appearance, these snakes are known for their large eyes and their habit of climbing reeds to bask on top of flowers. They're native to Central Africa and grow about 30 inches long, that's 75 centimeters. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and click the bell for notifications for our next exciting episode, right here on Epic Wildlife.